control operator for the River City Arc Slow Scan TV Net. This net serves for training and practice in image transmission modes and meets Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. on the N6NA repeater on 441.3 megahertz. River City Arcs members and all licensed radio amateurs are welcome to participate. If you wish to join the net or need to make a call at any time, please announce your call sign between transmissions and net control will acknowledge you. If an emergency should arise and you need the repeater, please contact the net control by saying break, break. A double break signifies emergency traffic. The net will stand by for you until the emergency is terminated or the traffic is moved to another frequency. Stations who wish to check in are asked to respond with their full call sign using the recognized ITU phonetic alphabet and their name. I will recognize each station before continuing. Okay, any station who wishes to check into the net, please come now.
November 6 Hotel Alpha.
November 6 Delta Victor Mike Stewart.
November 6 Papa Golf Quebec Bob.
Kilo Papa 4 Mike Delta Carol Citrus Heights.
Okay, I'm off to a pretty good start there with our core group. I picked up Bill in Roseville, N6HA. I got Stuart here in Natomas, and I guess that's where he's at tonight, N6DVM. I got Bob in Northmost Roseville, N6PGQ. And I got Carol in Citrus Heights, KP4MD. Is there anybody else? All right, nothing heard. I'll U-turn for that. So let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Oh, Carol, if I can't see visitors on YouTube, so if you do me the solid of greeting them when you see them, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, we have Bert from Calgary on our live chat, and also Stu, N6DVM, says hello to everyone.
All right, very good. Hopefully we'll show them some pretty stuff and some conversation starters. So with that note, Bill checked in first. Bill in Roseville, he's N6HA. I'm going to ask him if he's ready to go.
Yep, I'm ready to go. Let me do a quick tone.
Yeah, I got a tone on top of the identifier. You're good to go.
Awesome, I'm glad I dodged the bullet. This is going to be a PD120 N6HA.
Very good, Bill. Thanks for that. That came through pretty good at my station. Hopefully, other than being a good idea for a picture, there's a story behind it, as I know there usually is. So before we get to Bill and that story possibly, we're going to go to Stuart. I don't know what your capabilities you got tonight, Stuart, if you're just watching, but it doesn't matter. If you can see the photo, you can comment. So go ahead.
Thanks, Bill. My capabilities are complicated tonight. I'll explain later. Good picture, good quality. It's a nice image in general, a nice transmission. The device gives it away. It's a digital oscilloscope. I'm not familiar. I haven't used them, so I don't know how they're used. I don't know what kind of signal this is. It's not a sine wave, so I'm going to guess maybe this is CW. And I don't know. I believe there might be a frequency identifier at the bottom left, 541 or 542, something. Anyway, I'd love to know more what this is measuring or evaluating. That's it, N6DVM.
All right, Stuart, very good. Let's go to Bob, N6PGQ.
Well, we have a good picture, not many pixel pops, of a oscilloscope, Regal, and they're a great unit. Look like a series of square waves, but I don't know what he's testing, so we'll find out in 6PGQ.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Since we're a relatively small group, I'm just going to go right around and give everybody a chance to comment. So that means I'm going to go to Carol, KP4MD.
Okay, yeah, this is KP4MD. This is a Regal scope. I have one just like it, the DS1102. I've had this for I don't know, about 10 years. It's a really good low-cost scope and it works very well. It's kind of a complex waveform, almost a square wave, but it has a few extra steps there between the transition from positive to minus. And I think I can read a frequency there, 541 kilohertz. So just curious. This looks like maybe maybe a logic waveform from, I don't know, some kind of digital circuit. So that's all I can say. And but it came through very well. Maybe about a dozen pixel pops. Back to you, KP4MD.
All right, then. Thank you, Carol. I got the picture good enough where I can see the lettering on the channel buttons on the right. I can't quite make out too well that on the screen. But, I've said this before. I think I've told you guys that I had some training with oscilloscopes on the job. We used them mostly for alignments on certain things because all the male pieces, they're timed when they go through the machines, to milliseconds and stuff. But I never used it in the field. I wish I did. I'm going to have a question for you guys after Bill tells us all about it. So go ahead, Bill, and tell us about your photo.
Yeah, thanks. Good guesses all around. I'm going to try my best to explain this because I barely know how it works myself. So astute observers would notice that my channel 1 probe actually has a T-connector in it, and there's two BNCs plugged into that channel. The one on the left is a function generator, so I'm sending in a square wave at 541 kilohertz, so Carol is able to read it. The frequency isn't as important, but what is going on the screen is important. So it should be a square wave, but you notice it kind of has a little delay, and then it goes up to a top, and then it comes down, delays a little bit, and then goes back to zero. So you'll notice the T-connector also has a different coax plugged in on the right-hand side, and that's actually a hunk of coax about 40 feet. And what I'm doing here is trying to measure the velocity factor of the actual coax, because it's an unknown piece of coax, and I'm able to actually use this setup to measure the electrical length of the coax. and then take the physical length of the coax, and the ratio of the two would be the velocity factor, and I could use that to do other things. So in another picture, I zoom in on that little tiny delay, which is actually the delay of the signal going down to the coax, hitting the open, and then bouncing back, and then eventually it pops up to that top peak. And if you're able to measure that little delay there, that's a round trip of the signal in the coax itself. So then you just do a little math, and you'll be able to figure out how fast it travels in the coax. So yeah, this is a little test I'm doing here for something I'm working on, and I thought I'd share. N6NA.
All right, very good. I want to ask, like Carol and you and Bob, how often do you have, as amateur radio operators, how often do you have need to use an O-scope? Or is it worth having one? Crickets. I guess I'll move on then. All right, what kind of capability do you have tonight, Stuart? N6 DVM.
Okay, the TLDR is that I have 3 different stations, 3 different computers, and 3 different software setups, and I've been experimenting and working on my radio, thinking the radio is the issue, redoing firmware and doing other things. Anyway, I can still transmit and receive on all of them on simplex, and I can receive on the repeater, but I can't transmit on the repeater. So I'm going to try this tonight, if it works, with an HT. It's an HT, it's the VGC NRB N76 or the B-Tech UB Pro HT that has the SSTV software running on iOS and Android. And I'm going to do this from an Android app and an HT connected to my antenna and see if that works. So I'm going to start it, look at the YouTube stream, and if it's working, I'll continue, and if not, I'll stop, and we can go on. All right? So give me a moment to switch antennas, and I'll give this a shot. N6 DVM.
Comment.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if you're going to watch for the reaction on YouTube, be a little bit patient. It takes a while to get up there sometimes.
Good point. I understand. I'll give it some time. All right. Thank you.
Go comment.
Okay, yeah, this is KP4MD. I was just a little bit too slow to answer your question about the scope. I've had scopes for over 50 years. And my first scope was a night kit vacuum tube scope that I built from a kit. And that was about the same time I had my first license as a teenager. The scope for an amateur is very useful if you it's a great piece of test equipment if you build stuff and you want to check it to make sure it's working the way you expect it to. Another possible use, which I've used mine also, is to monitor the waveform of your transmitted signal. I have a pickup on the input to my amplifier and a pickup on the output of my amplifier, so I can measure the linearity of the amplifier on HF. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's what exactly comes to mind. It's not every ham radio operator needs an oscilloscope, but it's working without one makes me feel blind. That I just although I don't really use it that often, it's really nice to have it. So back to you, KP4MD.
Excellent. I'm glad I asked. That was a pretty good explanation. I appreciate that. This is Bill, K6KRQ. I'm going to see if Stuart N6 DVM is ready.
Yes, I'm ready. PD120.
Righteous, Stuart. I bet you were waiting with bated breath to see it come up on YouTube, but it came through, and the QR code works too. So I'm going to send it to the top for commentary to Bill, N6HA. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, okay quality here. It teared pretty badly for me in the middle. You lost maybe 4 rows of data that shifted over. And then the sync is off, so I have a really bad slant that kind of gave up at the end. There's a lot of noise. I'm able to actually still scan the QR code, luckily. I didn't think it would work because there's a little bit of pixel pops on the picture too. I just opened up the PDF, and the title of it is The Growing Impact of Unintended Starlink Broadband Emissions on Radio Astronomy and the SKA Low Frequency Range. So, yeah, I know there's a lot of issues with reflections from Starlink actually causing interference for astronomers, but I haven't heard about any broadband emissions from Starlink, but I could believe it. So I haven't read the paper yet because I just opened it, but yeah, interesting. I want to hear more about your thoughts on this, N6HA.
Alrighty then, very good, Bill. Thank you. Let's go to Bob, N6PGQ.
Well, I didn't look up the link there, but I was also wondering why you would have astronomical telescopes, or at least high-gain telescopes, on the ground interlinking with a Starlink system. The bands don't quite line up, and you wouldn't want a fixed antenna like that. Quality is medium, quite a few pixel pops, big interference line in the middle. I don't think it was the ID, but the picture came through, N6PGQ.
Thank you, Bob. Good observations. Let's see what Carol has to say. KP4MD. Go ahead, Carol.
Okay, yeah, this is KP4MD. I'm reading Stu's note. This is coming from a 5-watt HT software connected via Bluetooth on an Android phone. And yeah, I could see a lot. I don't know if those are pixel pops or actually stars in the background, but yep, the 2 Starlink satellites, and I don't think Starlink they really look like that. Maybe they do, but then I see these looks like thunderbolts coming down from the Starlink to the microwave dish. Alf, by the way, is on the chat, and he says he would like to send a picture using an iPad with an SDR mobile. So he says he doesn't know what to expect. Back to Nets, KP4MD.
All right. Thank you, Carol. You know, I guess this is okay transmission for an HT and a phone. I noticed that the lines you see on YouTube are different from the ones. They're kind of sort of on the same level, but come from the right side. But it came through pretty good. You know, I'm gonna let it drop. You know, I heard this on Steve's Sunday night net, KC6MHT, on when he plays the Newsline thing from the ARRL, and they were talking about this, and I heard it on the SpaceNet. Full disclosure, Carol, I've been listening to SpaceNet at 8 o'clock on Friday nights the past couple of weeks. But we were talking about this. I didn't think of it, of the interference it caused for, they talked about radio astronomers and other communications too, but it is kind of interesting and something they're going to have to deal with. But anyway, that was my long-winded comment on it. Let's go to Stuart and have him tell us about it.
All right, very good, all of you. Just regarding the image is a generative AI ChatGPT image. It's highly stylized and inaccurate, but the best I could do about 10 minutes before the net started. What I tried to show is Starlink satellites creating interference to radio astronomy. SKA-LOW is a series of radio astronomy telescopes being deployed in Western Australia. They're going to deploy up about 131,000 log periodic antennas at 512 stations, so 256 antennas per station. The antennas are low. They're not tall. They're 2 meters. And again, as you know, Starlink operates in a low Earth orbit to reduce latency for internet connections. Break. And Bill's correct. This actually came out. This is a recent article in the Physics Journal, and it was in the news recently. That's how I caught it. And the issue is not the broadband transmissions from Starlink, but the electronics in the Starlink satellites causing QRM, this interfering with radio astronomy. It's not just radio astronomy, and it's also, Bill mentioned, other communications as well. So it's fascinating. So they're going to have to resolve this and figure this out. Again, 512 stations in Western Australia with 131,000 antennas. Pretty fascinating. So that's what it is. The article obviously describes it if you're interested. And that's it, N6NA.
Thanks for that, Stuart. That is an interesting story. I know they're boosting those Starlink birds up there by the multitude, so I forget how many's already up there. So, but that is interesting, and it bears watching. Anyway, this is Bill, K6KRQ for the Wednesday evening N6NA SSTV Net. I'm wondering if we've got anybody that's come along late that would like to check in. I thought I was going to get somebody there. Every once in a while I snare somebody on the U-turn. All right, I'll call again in a little bit. Let's go now to Bob in Northmost Roseville. He's N6PGQ, and see what he's got for us this evening. Are you ready, Bob?
I am. This is PD 120.
All right, Bob, thank you. That one came through quite well. This is going to relate to one we got from Bill last week. So I'm going to go to the top to Bill, N6HA, for first comment.
Yeah, a good photo here. Not too many pixel pops, good quality. Yeah, it looks like the lowrider exhibit. I posted a picture of it last time, and I don't remember there being a giant bear in the middle of the exhibit. They must have added this one of the days I wasn't there, because I only visited this building once when me and my wife came back to do the fair together with the kid. So yeah, I didn't see a giant bear. I think it says cab something. It's hard to read the cursive, so I can't make it out. But yeah, it's a cool looking bear, and that was a really fun exhibit. I hope you enjoyed it too, Bill, or Bob, and N6AJ.
Very good, Bill. I remember from last week your photo there. Let's go to Stuart, N6DVM.
Yeah, I concur with Bill. I didn't go this year. I haven't seen it. It's an interesting piece of artwork. I like it, actually. I want to know why, again, the bear is red in the back. I know where this is because I used to work in this building. I used to build all the exhibits here at Expo Center at Cal Expo. There are 8 buildings, and we did all the construction and design of all the exhibits every year, so I know this place well. So again, love to hear more about it. N6DVM.
All right, very good. Let's go to Carol, KP4MD.
Okay, this is KP4MD. Yeah, what I can read on the base, it says California Love, and that's the what do they call it, Fracture font. The old, I guess that's a medieval type font that they used to use in manuscripts. And what I'm seeing on the sign, it looks like Cali also. If that's true, that would be Cali Bear. Also, of course, means bear in Spanish. Interesting bear with a yellow front and kind of a reddish or brownish back side. So thank you very much for sharing this. The picture came through with about half a dozen or so pixel pops. And Alf, as you, I don't know if you heard me say, Alf KN6PRD is going to want to send a picture also. So over to you, Bill. Over.
Can you say that again, Carol? I didn't quite get it. There was somebody who wanted to send a picture.
Yeah, a good friend Alf. Kilo November 6 Papa Romeo Delta.
K6PRD.
K6PRD.
Roger that. Yeah, this is Alf. Kilo November 6, Papa Romeo Delta. I'm not sure where I am in terms of connectivity right now, but I have an iPad here, and I have some software that I'd like to use to try to send a picture, but bear with me because I've never used it before.
Okay, Alf. Very good. I'm glad you're with us. All right. That's what, like I said, that's what we're here for. I got you coming up right after. We're going to talk to Bob about his picture, but we're going to have you come up right after Carol. So before I go to Bob for his explanation, I don't have much to add to this one. I am wondering if the bear looks so big because of the perspective of the photo. If it's maybe a little bit smaller than it might look in the photo. So over to Bob for explanation.
No, the bear is a full size, like one of the ones in the front of the State Fair building. And this is kind of an example of the painting that the lowrider group can do. The colors are faded in, and Carol got the translation and the explanation absolutely correct. So it was kind of fun. These are a few of the State Fair pictures that I took while I was away from the microphone. So you guys did a good job. N6PGQ.
All right, thank you, Bob. Like Carol said, it's got a minimum of. I'm having a loss for pixel pops in it, but all right. right. Before I go to Carol, I wonder, Alf, were you able to get this picture, and would you like to comment on it? All right, I'll look for him later. Let's go to Carol, KP4MD, and see what kind of picture she's got for us tonight. If you're ready, Carol, go ahead.
Okay, very good. This will be PD120.
Very good. No pesky identifier on that one either. I like it when that happens. You know what? I'm going to start at the bottom this time for commentary. I'm going to see if Alf's going to pick me up. He's KK6PRD. Hey, Alf, were you able to get this picture somehow, and would you like to comment on it if you did? I don't know what happened to Alf. We'll try him later. Let's go to Bob. He's going to get first crack at commentary on this one. He's N6PGQ. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, a few pixel pops here and there. Not too bad. It looks like the front license plate of a ARRL Sac Valley member. Gee, I'll bet it's Carol's. So I could even guess the model of the car and the color. But came through well. Maybe we all ought to take a picture of our ham call license plates, N6PGQ.
That's a capital idea. Thanks for that, Bob. This is Bill, K6KRQ. I'm going to go to Stuart, N6DVM. Go ahead, Stuart.
I love this. I'm really glad, Carol, that you have a P.O. box on your QRZ profile or your FCC license so you don't get doxxed. That's what I worry about. On a personalized plate, when I graduated from graduate school, my mother gave me a personalized license plate, which I used and then quickly removed. So a great image. It's very cool. I like the frame, everything about it. N6DVM.
Very good, Stuart. Thank you. On to Bill, N6HA.
Yeah, good photo. Little amount of pixel pops, not too many. I like Bob's image on the bottom left there. It's always a cool template. Yeah, KP4MD license plate. It's only $19 to get your call sign. One-time fee. A lot of people pay the vanity thing, I hear, accidentally, when you just have to pay once. I really like the license plate holder. That's cool. I noticed there's no year or month, so that must be your front plate, because maybe you got a new car otherwise. So, yeah, that's cool. N6HA.
All right, very good. My comment on that, this is Bill, K6KRQ. I found out about that, what Bill just explained about getting, I thought you had to get like a vanity plate and pay all that money, but you don't. I got mine too. This is a good idea for a photo for the slow scan net. It's one of those, why didn't I think of that things. But I've got my call sign on my Tacoma. You know, I was worried when I ordered mine. I have the same amount of letters. Mine's a 1x3. That's a 2x2. But I was worried they were going to like get pushed over to the left or the right. I've seen some vanity plates like that, and they look like they goofed up on it. But fortunately, Carol's and mine are in the middle. So let's go to Carol and have her tell us about her plate. Hopefully she didn't pay the vanity fees for it.
Yeah, this is KP4MD. You're absolutely right. This is the front license plate. And actually, this is the second set of these plates that I got. Because when I first got the plate, which I think was like about 12 years ago, they the DMV did something really weird. And I think, Bob, you might remember this, that they were issuing plates with a extra space in between the number and the suffix. So so my first plates that I had were KP4 space MD. And all the hams were up in arms about this because it was really, it was not distinctive as your call sign. It was weird. And I think people were saying, well, the DMV was just trying to get you to have to pay a special vanity fee to get all your letters together, which was absolutely stupid. So some attorneys brought a case against the DMV, and what they finally forced the DMV to do to reissue these plates without the space. So this was the second run on my license plates, but for about a year I had them with the extra space between the number and the suffix. There was a big stink about that. I think Bob probably remembers that. So that's my story. Back to you, it's KP4MD.
I'm glad I mentioned the spacing. That's horrible. You know what, I think on my paperwork that I got, I think I was sweating this too, on the paperwork that I got before I got the actual plates, they had I think it was a space like you're saying, but fortunately they didn't come out like that. You got any additional comment on that, Bob?
No, I remember that. Now the only problem is I would like to have a black and gold license plate, but they didn't pass the law allowing the ham plates to be printed on black. So that should be our next battle in 6PGQ.
Yeah, I'm on board with you with that too. I like the black and the yellow ones. They're neat. So, wow, another great conversation starter. Thanks for that, Carol. That was a good one. Let's see if, like, Alf is in earshot. KK6PRD, are you there? I got you that time. right. Hey, Alf, can you hear me? Hey, Alf, you got a copy on me? Alf, you got a copy on me? I think you got your settings. I have to transmit to you on the reverse, and then I have to switch it back. You're not going through the repeater. You want to try to make an adjustment? Then I'm gonna get it squared away, come back to us, okay? All right, Carol, I talked to him. I had to switch back and forth like with the reverse, but I told him that he had something wrong there. He wasn't coming through the repeater. So if he can make some adjustments, he'll come back to us, all right? That being said, I'm going to, hopefully Alf can get something together. I'm going to send you guys one I got, another scenic picture. So get ready for it. It's going to be PD 120, and here it comes. Still coming through on YouTube. This is Bill K6KRQ. I'm going to start in the middle this time with Bob, N6PGQ. Go ahead with your comments.
Well, like most this evening, we've got some pixel fops, but we're looking at some close-in hills that are in the shadows and kind of a little bit underexposed, and then the faraway hills that are nicely defined and in the sun, and looks like a valley in between. So I can't tell what's at the top of the hill, but I think we'll find out in N6PGQ.
That's rather observant. Let's go to Stuart, N6DVN.
All right. Given your, again, proclivity to the eastern Sierra, this might be the eastern Sierra. I see what might be a playa in the middle, and I'm going to guess that's Owens Valley. I've been there. Had an uncle who did some work down there a long time ago, and we spent some time there, but I really don't know. It's a great picture, and wherever it is, I'd love to go there. N6 DBM.
That was pretty good, Stuart. Let's go to Carol, KP4MD.
Okay, this is KP4MD. I am completely at a loss when it comes to geology. All I'm going to say, it looks like the Sierra Nevada to me. Just the Sierra Nevada. Back to you, is KP4MD.
Okay, thank you. And finally, let's hear from Bill, N6HA.
Yeah, good quality photo here. A few pixel pops, but nothing too crazy. Good quality, little hazy background with the valley, nice mountains. I did cheat, and I used some AI to figure out where this is. It looks like ancient bristlecone pine forest in the Igno National Forest is what AI tells me. So we'll see how accurate it is. Maybe it's right, maybe it's not. But it looks like a fun time in nature, and 6HA.
Well, I am impressed. But all Bob, Stuart, and Bill, AI notwithstanding, pretty much hit it on the head. The picture is taken from the White Mountains near the bristlecone pines. The valley in between, this is looking west, the valley in between is Owens Valley, and the crest in the distance is the Sierra Crest. That's like the highest, it's just you're about even with Bishop or Big Pine here. That's like one of the highest parts of the Sierra there. Mount Whitney is a little bit south or to the left. And the white or the snow on the mountains are glaciers. At least some of them are. And I think if they're not the southernmost glaciers, they're some of the southernmost. They look at them to watch. They've been watching them to see them receding, due to climate cycles. But it's a very rugged part, very beautiful part, and as I usually say, I highly recommend it. But thanks for that. It was a good show by all of you. On that note, I'm going to see if Alf can hear us, if he got his radio tuned in.
This is Kilo November 6, Papa Romeo Delta. Am I programmed at least for the iPad?
What an astonishing difference. You sound real good.
Well, I wouldn't sing victory yet. I was listening on the HT, which wasn't programmed, but the base station is programmed, but I think there's some lag, some network lag, because it has to go from the iPad to the base station.
I don't know how that works, but do you want to try and transmit an image?
Okay, well, let me give it a shot. Give me a couple seconds. Let me send something real quick.
right, very good, Alf. That came through. That picture came from Alf, KK6PRD. You over in West Sac, Alf? Well, we got your picture, but I didn't hear that transmission. Yeah, you're not like coming through, but if you can hear us, I'm going to go ahead and run through the commentary on it. I'm seeing a different kind of a pixel pop on this one. If you all noticed, Alf sent that one Martin 1. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but we're going to go to the top to Bill, N6HA, and hopefully Alf can hear your commentary. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, good photo. Very interesting pixel pops. I've never seen a pattern like this. If you're doing 5 watts making it into a repeater, you're doing pretty good. So, yeah. This looks like a gate for like property. I'm going to guess this might be the control board to control the gate opening and closing. And maybe there's an issue with the remote. And Alf might be trying to diagnose the problem. Very colorful board. So it looks like buttons or lights on there. Some wires dangling down, but that's my guess. I'm going to guess it's a security gate, and you're doing some repairs here and playing with some RF, trying to figure it out. And 6HA.
That was quite observant. Thanks, Bill. Let's go to Stuart, N6DVM.
I like Bill's idea that this is a security gate, and I believe I've seen the inside of one. I'll tell you why. We live in a gated community, and my wife was driving out of our community. The gate opened. She was driving my BMW, and she didn't wait for the gate to fully open, and she ran into it and totaled my car. Completely totaled it. And this looks very familiar. So I'm going to concur with Bill, N6DVM.
Nice, a disaster story thrown in. Thanks, Stuart. Let's go to Bob, N6PGQ.
Well, I haven't seen those kind of interference lines either. Picture's a little bit blurry here, and I have no idea what it is. I'll concur with everybody else since they have a better idea than I do. N6PGQ.
Thanks, Bob, and let's finish it off with commentary by Carol. Go ahead, Carol.
Yeah, okay, this is KP4MD. Yeah, I got the same picture as what you're seeing on YouTube. I did notice that there was some fading in and out of the signal. It was as if you were holding a HT and moving the rubber duck antenna a little bit, so the signal wasn't solid, full quieting all the time. It was most of the time, but sometimes you would see some fading, and that was the time when I saw the more of the horizontal lines. Back to you, KP4MD.
All right, thanks, Carol. Yeah, this is, I haven't, like we've all said, we haven't seen these before. Maybe it is like a HT thing, I don't know. But I do recognize it as a gate operator. I never put any in, but as an electrician, I ran plenty of power out to them where people were going to install them. So let's see if Alf can hear us, and if he heard our commentary for his picture. Are you with us, Alf? I'm just getting carrier wave from you, Alf. I can't hear you through the repeater or trying on the reverse either.
Maybe check your audio source. It's full quieting but dead air.
How about now, KN6PRD?
There you are. Go ahead.
This software on this is not doing very well. So just for starters, thank you very much for everyone's patience on this while I do some technical stuff around on this rear end here. I'm using the base station to send the SSTV packets, but I'm using the HT to to listen to the RF to the signal, because for some reason my home network Wi-Fi is probably the one. There is probably the reason you have those interesting interference patterns, because the Wi-Fi signal is coming in and out from the iPad to the base station. So I'm guessing that's where you're getting that weird interference pattern. Go ahead.
Oh, very good. I think Carol kind of alluded to that too, with HT like thrown in there. But were you able to hear everybody's comment in your picture though?
So now speaking to the picture, I did hear everyone's commentary on the picture, because I am still listening on both the HT and the YouTube channel, which is probably the cleaner version. The gate motor, which is everyone's correct on it, is an installation I did recently to my house, because I built the gate, and with the provisions to have a gate motor installed in the future. A couple $1,000s later, and there's the motor. And it was an interesting installation. I put it all together. It was fine, but maybe about a week ago it started acting up. The gate would open and close randomly, and I thought it was an RF signal that was coming in from somewhere randomly. No, it's not. I think there's something going on with the board. So I deleted everything and started over, but hopefully it'll fix it. But yeah, so that was my first picture send on SSTV.
Question.
Go, Stuart.
Actually, I have two questions. First question, Al, can you specifically describe your iPad software and your HT setup? Are you running it natively? Do you have a digital interface? Are you running a KISS TNC? What's your setup? My second question, our gates in our neighborhood, the radio board that runs at the entrance has a dipole antenna that sticks up out of the top. It's very short. It's probably, each end of the dipole is maybe 12 to 16 inches. I don't know if you have any experience with the frequencies that are used or anything more about it. Sometimes we have difficulty connecting even on a short distance. So that antenna is new, and I was wanting to know if you had any enlightenment on the antennas used for gate controllers, N6NA.
Okay, so here's my first answer. I'm using an iPad that is connected to Wi-Fi, and the base station is connected through Ethernet to the repeater, the satellite, it's one of those Orgi satellite whatchamacallums. So it's the Wi-Fi extender portion of it. So I think there's probably some latency issue there. So that should take care of the first question. The second question is with respect to the antennas. I'm still using a stock antenna that's on the LiftMaster gate opener. That stock antenna seems to be working fine with distance. I haven't had any real issues with my setups, with my remotes, but I'm still trying to isolate the issue, whether it was an RF interference that was causing the gate to work intermittently, or it was a board issue or a Wi-Fi issue, or where the interference was coming from, because I had the gate open up halfway, close, free, and close all the way, and then it was at all hours. So it'll be the middle of the day and the middle of the night, and the annoying part was when you have gate activity, at least the way I have it set up, the gate would send a push notification to my cell phone. So it'd be 3 o'clock in the morning, and hey, someone just opened up your gate. Well, who opened my gate up at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Alf, what radio do you have that's Ethernet enabled that has an app to let you talk through the app? I've never heard of that before. That's pretty cool. And did you send the image on the app that they gave you to on the iPad to be able to send through your base station?
So let me expand on that, on the setup a little more. I have an ICOM IC9700, and it does have an Ethernet port on it. So I just plugged that into the satellite here that I have in this room, which expands, expanded to the Wi-Fi network from the living room. And I use the iPad with, what's the name of that software, which I'm currently not recommending. The software is called SDR Control, and it's very beautifully made. It looks really nice, but it's either the software, the app, or it's my Wi-Fi setup. So I'm trying to dial those things in because something there isn't committing very well. I purchased the SDR Control software a couple of weeks back, and on a recent update, they announced that they were going to do SSTV, both receive and send. So I figured, well, now's a good time to give it a shot. Well, I'm working on it. I don't have a full spectrum of modes to send SSTV SIG packets, but I have Martin's, Scotty, Robot, and then two other ones that I don't know what the word. I've never seen those before. So just to reiterate, I have the IC9700 connected to a satellite Wi-Fi extender, and then the iPad itself is connected to the home Wi-Fi, which I use the SDR Control app to then talk to said base station radio.
It's an interesting setup. I'm glad. It sounds like it's kind of working for you, so thanks for sharing, N6NA.
Are there any other comments or questions? All right, you know what? I'm going to call, this is Bill, K6KRQ. I'm going to call tonight's net a success in that two of us, Alf and Stuart, were using, what I'll call unconventional methods, and they were a success, I'll say. We got pictures through, and we were able to comment and do our usual business. So with that said, I want to thank everybody again for joining us here tonight, and the YouTube people. I hope we were entertaining for you, and we'd like you to come back. I'm going to take this opportunity to let you know, especially Carol, for the next 2 Wednesdays, I am not going to be available to do the net. So I guess you'll be on your own. So I hate to miss it, but I won't be available. So that being said, I want to thank everybody again, all the participants in tonight's net. We hope to see you again next Wednesday. Even though I won't be here, please come anyway. The net is officially closed at 22:07. Pretty good one, and we filled up the time. This is Bill, K6KRQ, wishing all of you a good evening. 73.
Thank you again, everyone, for putting up with my